What really happened to the Dutch godmother of coke, Naima Jalal? Naima Jalal, also known as the Dutch godmother of coke, was a notorious figure in the Dutch criminal underworld. She was a prominent drug lord who made a name for herself in the cocaine trade, operating on a large scale across Europe. Her reputation was one of fear and respect, as she was known for her ruthless business tactics and connections to major criminal organizations. In 2019, Naima Jalal disappeared without a trace, leaving behind a cloud of mystery and speculation about what happened to her. Despite an intensive police investigation and media attention, her whereabouts remained unknown for over 2 years. However, in 2021, her remains were discovered, confirming her death and igniting new theories about its circumstances. The mystery of Naima Jalal's life and death continues to fascinate people and raise questions about the dark underbelly of the criminal world. In this video, we delve deep into the life of Naima Jalal, exploring her criminal background and reputation and uncovering the facts and theories surrounding her disappearance and death. Join us as we unravel the mystery of the Dutch godmother of coke and find out what really happened to Naima Jalal. Make sure to watch the video until the end to discover what really happened to Naima Jalal. Also, don't forget to like, share and subscribe to our channel. First, let's talk about her background, her rise in the world of crime, and all of her activities. Naima Jalal was born in Morocco in 1965 and moved to the Netherlands with her family when she was just a child. She grew up in poverty and had a difficult upbringing, which led her to drop out of school at a very young age. She began working odd jobs to support herself, including selling drugs on the streets. Naima's involvement in the drug trade began in the 1980s when she started working as a drug courier for a Moroccan drug lord in Amsterdam. She quickly rose through the ranks and eventually became the leader of her own drug trafficking network, which primarily dealt with cocaine. In the early 2000s, Naima allied with one of the most powerful criminal organizations in the world, the Cali Cartel from Colombia. This partnership allowed her to expand her operations and gain access to large quantities of high-quality cocaine. Naima's rise to power as a drug lord was fueled by her ruthless tactics and business acumen. She was known for her ability to intimidate rivals and bribe officials, and she was not afraid to use violence to protect her empire. She also had a knack for finding new markets and developing innovative distribution methods, such as using fake fruit shipments to smuggle drugs across borders. Despite her success, Naima's reign as a drug lord was short-lived. In 2006, she was arrested by Dutch authorities and sentenced to 15 years in prison for drug trafficking and money laundering. However, even behind bars, Naima continued to wield power and influence, and her name remained synonymous with the Dutch drug trade for many years to come. In conclusion, Naima Jalal's early life of poverty and hardship led her to become involved in the drug trade, where she quickly rose to power as a drug lord through her ruthless tactics and business acumen. Her partnership with the Cali Cartel and innovative distribution methods contributed to her success, but her eventual downfall and imprisonment demonstrated the risks and consequences of a life in organized crime. Moving on, let's uncover how Naima went missing in 2019 and the circumstances surrounding her disappearance. Discuss the initial police investigation and their theories about what happened and examine the possible suspects and their motives for wanting Naima gone. In 2019, Naima Jalal went missing from her home in Amsterdam. Her family reported her disappearance to the police, who launched an investigation into the circumstances surrounding her disappearance. The investigation initially focused on the possibility that Naima had been kidnapped or murdered, given her history as a drug lord and the violent nature of the criminal underworld. Police conducted extensive searches of the area surrounding Naima's home, but found no evidence to suggest foul play. They also looked into her financial records and phone records, but could not find any clues as to what might have happened to her. Despite the lack of evidence, police continued to pursue leads and theories about Naima's disappearance. One theory was that she had gone into hiding to avoid arrest or retaliation from rival criminal organizations. Another theory was that she had been the victim of an international power struggle within her own organization, with someone wanting her out of the way to take control. Possible suspects in Naima's disappearance include members of rival drug trafficking organizations, as well as members of her own organizations who may have had the motive to eliminate her. Some also speculated that the disappearance might have been staged by Naima herself as a way to escape the criminal underworld and start a new life. Her case remains a mystery, and her disappearance has left many questions unanswered about what happened to the Dutch godmother of cocaine. The death of a high-profile figure like Naima Jalal in the drug trade can have significant implications for the criminal underworld, especially if it leads to power struggles and turf wars between rival groups vying for drug market control. Such conflicts can result in increased violence and instability in the criminal underworld and may also have wider social and economical consequences. One of the most popular theories suggests that Naima's mysterious disappearance has to do with her travel from Spain to Amsterdam on October 20th, 2019. She was picked up by two men and taken into a dark car at the Albert Heijn luxury apartment around 9:30 in the evening. She disappeared without a trace. Upon investigation, Spanish police went to her villa and found out that it was ransacked by unknown suspects on November 4th, 2019. After police circulated the photos of a dark-bald man who was nearby when Jalal disappeared, he was with a white man whose identity was established shortly after the broadcast, after which the police no longer showed the images of him. And these two would turn themselves in, after which point they would be questioned and ultimately released in 2021. Photos of what is believed to be a dead Naima would begin to circulate through the encrypted network used by criminals. It showed her with her limbs cut off on March 15th. After analyzing the photos, authorities would search a warehouse near the port of Antwerp. During the search, they found clothing in a handbag buried in a small corner. After analyzing, it was determined to be Naima's. Certain areas would be excavated over the next couple of days, but no remains were ever found. One of the detained men was giving intel to his criminal confidants in May of 2021. He would reveal that William, owner of a fruit company that used to smuggle cocaine, was receiving threatening text messages just a few months after Jalal had disappeared on May 26, 2019. He would receive one text message that would demand €1.2 million fine because of a trade that had been lost. During 2019, there were several shootings and arson attacks at the buildings of former employees of that fruit company. There are also some threats on the phone of Director William. The file shows that on February 11, 2020, the group called the police investigating team in his case just after midnight. A few minutes earlier, he received a text message that read, "Dear William, if we don't have our money at the end of this month, you pay back the trade with 10 lives." Unfortunately, your Moroccan girlfriend can no longer tell you how serious we are. The Moroccan girlfriend is believed to be Jalal. In April 2022, it was revealed that when Taghi was arrested in December 2019, 2 months after her disappearance, there were images on his phone of a naked and tortured woman believed to be Jalal, showing a naked woman tied to a chair with a cut-off toe and thumb on her stomach. According to the judiciary, intercepted initially encrypted messages have created the impression that EOS played a role in the disappearance of Jalal, though she is currently on the run and believed to be either in Dubai or Turkey. In conclusion, the mystery surrounding Naima Jalal's life and death continues to captivate the public's attention. As a young woman who rose to become a powerful figure in the Dutch drug trade, her story challenges conventional narratives about women's roles in organized crime and raises questions about the factors that led her to enter this dangerous and illegal world. The circumstances of her disappearance and death remain shrouded in mystery, leaving many unanswered questions and fueling ongoing speculation and intrigue. Despite the passage of time, the enduring fascination with Naima Jalal's story highlights the ongoing cultural and societal interest in crime and criminal figures and the desire for answers and closure in cases that defy explanation. If you found this video on the mystery surrounding Naima Jalal's life and death to be informative and thought-provoking, please consider subscribing to our channel for more in-depth analysis and coverage of similar stories. Also, don't forget to hit the like button and share this video with others who may find it interesting.